Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be going through how to remove items from lists in Python. Okay, so this will probably be quite a short video because it's a pretty simple method in general. I'll probably just go through a few examples and then maybe you can just have a go at doing some practice yourself. So the general syntax that we use when we are removing an item from a list is really similar to what we've done before in the other list methods like index or append. We just have the list name dot remove, and then in the brackets here we put the element that we want to have removed, and it could be a string or a number, so actually I won't put quotations around it. Item to be removed, and that is literally it. Like, it's so simple. So we'll just give it a bit of a practice. So the list, I'm not going to call it a list because that can actually confuse things a bit. My list will start with a list of strings. So we should try and be a bit more creative this time because I feel like I always do fruits or vegetables. And I did sports last time, which is a bit more interesting, but let's shake things up a little. Let's do types of transport this time. So bike, scooter, car. Let's do just 5 items in this one. Create that list, and then let's have a go at using the list syntax to remove one of those items. So my list is actually still creating the list. Whenever you start a piece of code, it takes a while to initialize before it can run the very first line of code that you run. But if I run this again, you see that it would be executed a lot more quickly. There we go. So my list, we're actually doing remove. So my list.remove, and we'll get rid of plain because that's the least eco-friendly. Let's run that. Preview my list. And it's exactly the same list as we have up here, except for we don't have plain in it anymore. So honestly, it's as simple as that. I'm going to run through a few more examples, but if you're happy with that, then feel free to just stop the video here. We'll create another list, my list 2, and this time we'll do some numbers. I don't think I've got any repeats in here, no. So my list 2.remove, let's go for removing 5. Then print my list 2, and you can see here it's the same list but just with 5 removed. So what if we want to remove 2 items in the list? Let's see if that lets us actually do that. Let's go back to the original list, my list dot remove, and we'll see, so we've already removed plain, so let's try removing car and train and see if it lets us do both of those. So it doesn't actually let you do that. It only takes 1 argument, and we gave 2. So you can only remove 1 item at a time from a list. Okay, so there's one more thing that I want to try, and that's if we have the same item twice in a list, so duplicates. What happens if we try removing that? Will it just remove 1? Will it remove both? Let's have a look. Or will it error? Let's see, so we'll create a third list, my list 3, and let's use the same as this one. So I'm just going to copy and paste these over, and I'm going to add another plain in, and then we'll see what happens to that. So create it, my list 3.remove, and let's try out putting plain in there. Okay, so it did run, so you can do that. You can remove something when it appears twice, but let's see how that actually worked and what it actually removed. Okay, so you still have the last occurrence of plane in the list, but it removed the one that's between car and train. So that tells us that when we use the remove method on a list that has duplicates, and we try removing one of the duplicates, it will always remove the first occurrence of that item in the list. So say we had another scooter at the end here, and I tried doing remove scooter, it would just remove the first one. So I'm actually just going to show that as a last example here, just so we are clear on how it all works. And actually I'm going to add scooter twice. My list for dot remove scooter. And just to clarify, it doesn't actually matter here if we're using double quotation marks or single quotation marks. In some cases it does matter, but that is unlikely to be a problem anytime soon at this kind of level. For now, you can use them interchangeably. So let's have a look at my list for, oh, I didn't actually spell that right, that's going to error. And it leaves the last two, so again, it does just remove the first one. So that was the one that came between bike and car. That's a pretty quick tutorial today, but I think it covers pretty much everything it needs to cover for the remove method. If anything is not clear, then please do comment below, and I will try and do either explain in the comments to you, or I can even do a follow-up video with some more examples. But I think this is, in general, a pretty good one to just tick off and say you understand now. As usual, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.